hello, DirtFish Rally friends, and welcome to this wonderful place in Otapa. It's day 2 of Rally Estonia. David, where are we?
Is it? Do you think is that how you say it? Otapa.
I don't know.
How do we say it? It's Otapa. Hello.
Otapa.
Shh. Carry on. Otapa.
So I was right. We
it was a
are
little bit
in
right.
Otapa. We're in
Otapa.
Elsa's. It's not cafe. Doesn't do it justice, David,
No.
does it?
No.
It's a bit of an institution. I'd have to say, what a wonderful discovery. But a little bit more
It's amazing.
about Elsa and the lovely staff who have looked after us here most of the day. A little bit more of that later on. What we have to talk about is what's gone on in the stages today. A relatively...
Oik Tanak comes here.
Oitak's been here.
Yeah.
He's been here. Yeah, he does. It's one of his... I wouldn't call it a regular.
It's not a hangout, I don't
Not a
think, is it?
hangout, no.
But he's been.
More about that as well, perhaps, later on.
Maybe.
What's today been? Well, today's been...
Bounce on your chair.
No.
No, because this. Are you really bouncy? I've got an amazingly bouncy chair.
Day 2, as I was
Yeah.
trying to say before I was rudely interrupted, I am now getting used to that, but it still jars every time. Rudely interrupted
Yeah,
by
but
David Evans. Shortish day, 95 kilometres. Difficult one, lots of short little stages. Once again, weather has played a part, but David...
Stop blethering on. There's one thing to talk about today. Colin, come on. The absolute prodigal son. The genius that is Kalle Rovanperä.
You're quite right, David. There is... It has been quite innocuous day out there. Not an awful lot's happened, but what has been highly evident once again is that, we're watching greatness, David.
Yeah.
We are watching greatness in Kalle Rovanperä. He's developing a modus operandi that others will fear. That others will fear. He's giving nothing away. Let me finish.
Okay.
He came through that opening stage of the morning. Remember, Elfyn Evans started the day 11 seconds or so behind. Evans had to be on a push. Evans has nothing to lose. He wants to win rallies now. Rovanperä has a championship to consider. Came through the opening stage of the morning, and Rovanperä is unhappy. You could see it from his body language. You could hear it at the end of the stage. Yes, Evans wins the stage by 0.4 of a second.
Doesn't
That is
matter.
as much as you'll give away.
Doesn't matter, does it? He's lost the stage. And he doesn't, increasingly we can see that he doesn't do that.
Well, my point is, when he does give you something, it is crumbs. He gives you crumbs. His safe pace, his pace that he's not happy with, is a pace that others are struggling to match. He won't come through a stage these days, David. He's past the point where a bad stage means 10 seconds giving away. He's past that point. A bad stage is a good stage for the majority of the other drivers. And that, as I say, for me, is yet another step forward in the development of Rovanperä as a truly outstanding world-class driver. Not a rally driver, David. A driver and a competitor. We are watching. Am I getting a bit too excited about this? Maybe.
But fundamentally, rally drivers, as we all know, are the best drivers in the world. Beyond question.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course they are. They're the most adaptable,
Yeah.
for me the most skillful and the most brave. There's nothing I can add to that. And you're not, Cole. You're waxing lyrical at a time when that's all he can do.
It seems that Kalle is always surprising. When the conditions are difficult, he's always very strong, and he seems to be able to be making the times, incredible times, when the conditions are difficult. So I say that I think this year he has already improved in all the areas. There is not many areas where there is not really area where I can say that he needs to improve. But we have seen this kind of elements before. We have seen it with Sebastian Loeb, we have seen Sebastian Ogier, when they were on their top, exactly the same domination. And Kalle is now getting on that same rhythm and same flow what they had when they were on their best.
Elfyn has no answer as yet. He may find an answer. Right now he has no answer to the pace of Kalle Rovanperä. Now, you might argue that perhaps Oik Tanak, perhaps Thierry Neuville will say, well, if we had better cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it on, I would say, if I was Kalle Rovanperä.
In a Toyota, not on his day, on any day, anybody is struggling to keep pace with Kalle Rovanperä.
At the end of the day, we're 1-2. It would be a shame to lose that at the same time. I think, let's face it, if I go off trying to catch him now, I'm going to look pretty stupid, So, you can argue on one hand I have nothing to lose, but at the same time, it's a team game as well. And, at the end of the day, I haven't been so reliable at the start of the year neither. So it's still important to at least not go crazy.
Let's talk about the other Toyota drivers briefly. We've obviously had Esa-Pekka Lappi back for this event, and we have Takamoto Katsuta in the fourth of the Toyotas. A bit of a job to do this morning. I have to say I was a little surprised. We talked to EP before the opening stage. We know that Toyota has the legs on the Hyundai. 20 seconds behind. EP's a quick driver. His type of roads. Can he catch Tanak? Well, no, was his response. No. I'm watching Neuville behind. Now, Neuville, to be fair to EP, was only a handful of seconds behind him. But
I think, sorry to interrupt, but you've talked quite a lot. I've given you quite a lot of airtime. EP has a job to do.
Correct.
And he is not, Elvin is the one, I would imagine, there is no team orders in Toyota, but there is common sense in Toyota. And I'm sure they're absolutely saying, as Jari Matti said to us last night, if he was Elvin, you've got to go like hell. You've got to. And if you're giving that instruction to one driver, essentially the two of them to fight, you need to tell your third driver, okay, 100%. These boys are up front and cracking on.
Yeah. Takamoto Katsuta, just to let you know, doing a really good, solid job once again. He knows where he's at, he knows what he's got to do, and he's building points. Remember, Takamoto's looking at the championship, not a challenge, but a championship, a good championship finish this year, David. And if he continues with this type of strategy, that's what he'll achieve. Let's talk a little bit about M Sport, because we talked to Formeau last night, and he was talking a lot similar position to Taka. Taka has moved through his difficult spell, I think.
Yeah.
But what I found fascinating about Formeau last night was the way he described to us how he changes his driving style in these difficult conditions. Going a gear higher, still maintaining the pace.
But just using momentum
rather
take
than
you through the corner.
Maybe, and he didn't actually say he turned off the hybrid, but he was talking about not
but
using
you turn everything down. You turn the ALS down.
The
the car's less responsive, but you don't need response at those times. Well, if the car snaps, you need the response. But ultimately, you're driving in a style that you don't need the car to snap. It is all about momentum.
What can we say about the other two drivers in M Sport? Craig Breen. Well, he's had a puncture today. He was first on the roads. Set some decent time. Seemed to be enjoying himself out there. Pierre-Louis Loubet again. Decent day for Loubet. Nothing dramatic.
No.
It's difficult to say much more about Gus as well. How can I forget Gus?
Yeah.
Again, issues with punctures for Gus out there today.
It's a difficult day for M Sport. And
positives? Any?
Experience. They're taking experience. I think, and it'll be more of the same tomorrow, unless they win the power stage, which quite possibly they will. Let's just see. But it's a very difficult day. For me, we're going to move on to Hyundai now.
Yes, we
presumably. Tanak, we've already talked about him. He's doing a sensational job for me in that car. And just his acceptance of where he is, not taking any risk. Having said,
knows what the car's capable of.
Having said all of that, let's hope it doesn't happen. But there's great potential for Calais chucking it off tomorrow. I'm sure it won't happen.
We've been definitely discovering a bit more and doing some right steps as well. So it's been a productive day.
That's good news. Tell us about what you've discovered.
Discovered that it's possible to improve.
And do you feel there's more potential still? You made that small improvement. Is there more potential?
I mean, there needs to be plenty of potential, so there is no question. So,
is it possible to get where you want to go without development, or is it just within the package that you've got just now? Is there still potential?
No, it needs big development for sure. So probably for next year. At
times we've seen really good pace from Thierry again today. Slightly more consistent conditions, still some rain around. But we knew that when the conditions came to him a little bit, he's still got the speed.
Absolutely.
And Oliver, just another really tricky day. Same sort of class or same, I guess, category or group as Taka and Formeau, right? They're in that difficult period where you're trying to sort of move through it. Taking experience, but needs some pace.
Needs some pace indeed. Well, I have been in this place for a fair part of today, waiting for the rally to unfold around me. And earlier on, I caught up with two very interesting people. Well, do you know what? There are many wonderful things about the job I do, about following the World Rally Championship all around the world. And those of you who know me well will know that food and coffee, big part of my life. And one of the delights, finding little places like this. We based ourselves in Otapa today, stage 2 of Rally Estonia, and we have found the most delightful coffee shop stroke cafe. It's Elsa. And these lovely ladies here have looked after us all day. Ladies, I'm blown away by the it's almost too much for me. The choice. Tell us, ladies. Now, you're the chef, the cook, and all of this you've cooked yourself.
Hello.
And you're the manager, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're the lovely lady that's put up with us all day.
Of course, that's no problem.
All these wonderful treats made in the kitchen, but tell me particularly about this one down here. David Evans has tried this one. That's a speciality, isn't it, of the area?
That's very Estonian treat. It's made from bread and cooked in the oven with the milk and eggs. So and it's served with milk, cold milk. So it's really, really nice. Yeah, very, very Estonian thing.
Now, what I was going to try, well, what I am trying, is the cheesecake. It's finished because I've had the last piece of it. Tell me, chef.
Yes.
These wonderful little pastries, are they very Estonian pastries?
Actually not, but quite.
Yeah.
But we use always Estonian and local ingredients.
So I've been here for a while. I was here at breakfast time. I had a typically Estonian breakfast, the mince pie or the meat pie. You're very well known for that, right?
Yes. And,
Well, how do you make it? Tell me. What's it made with?
it's like just this yeast dough, yes,
Yeah.
and we all made the local mincemeat of the inside of the product, and we long time we cook it slowly and add some onion and the ingredients and some
You're
flavors.
making me want another one. I had two, but they're making me want another one. Listen,
It's
the other-
very healthy though.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know, I've forgotten about being healthy
It
today.
goes only on the hips.
Who cares, eh? Today was a special day, obviously, with the rally being here. But you have some Ukrainian help. You have a Ukrainian helper that you've taken on. Tell me about what you had for lunch today on offer, which was all finished and I didn't get any.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was it you had today?
So we had this Ukrainian borscht. It's a very Ukrainian soup, and then we had Ukrainian goulash. It's another Ukrainian soup, and usually what we make as well here on a Ukrainian day when we have this authentic Ukrainian chef, we make chebureks. So, but today our deep fryer was broken, so we didn't get them either today, sadly. But next time when you're back, we're definitely gonna get them. I'm gonna hold them for you, okay?
Well, we're back tomorrow morning. We're going back tomorrow morning. Ladies, a delight, a total delight. Thank you very, very much for looking after us. One of those places, I'm sorry, you can tell how busy and popular it is. I'm going to enjoy your lovely cheesecake. And don't forget David's coffee.
I would.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
We are back down in this area tomorrow for the final 6 stages of Rally Estonia. It's quite a chunky day for a Sunday, not far short of 80 kilometres. What we have seen throughout this rally is that the weather can play a major part in it. You know, Rovanperä, as we've talked about, looks supreme. Elfyn Evans looks to be settling for second, Tanak settling for third. You want to say something?
I do, and is absolutely magnificent and massive natural talent, ability, car control, everything. If Kalle Rovanperä gets that proper rain shower at just the wrong time,
point I was
and it
gonna
can,
make.
you know, sorry,
The exact point I was going to make, anything
But it-
can happen tomorrow.
And you know, you think, ooh, yeah, but if it gets Kalle, it'll get Elfyn because they're sequential on the road. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
There's 3 minutes between them, and an awful lot of rain can fall in 3 minutes in a 6-minute stage or
Well,
something.
a very good demonstration of that is what happened last night with
Estonian beast,
Pierre-Louis
it's just a
Loubet.
small one.
I know, Pierre-Louis Loubet and Gus Greensmith.
Yeah,
Greensmith got away with it. Loubet rolled over.
Yeah.
You know, exactly the same position, more or less the same conditions. So, folks, we do have one more day to go here. We do have, I think, plenty more to talk about. Well, I'm hoping we will by lunchtime tomorrow. David, where do we have to go for all the news, all the action, all the jeopardy that may be out there?
This cafe?
This cafe,
This cafe
and
and
where else?
DirtFish.
.com.